Hi guys, gals. This is Kacey live. We're gonna talk to you guys about who I am, who I was before I got brain cancer. Quick little bio. Before I got cancer, I got diagnosed with cancer in 2018. My brother was there. My identical twin brother was diagnosed with brain cancer 2012, 2013, somewhere in there. He has since died from his. He died in July 2016 of his. I was a wrestler. I wrestled in high school and college. Did judo growing up. Helped my wrestling. My brother, the same thing. We're always athletes. We're always combative athletes. We were always scrapping. We were workout partners at home. Fisticuffs, you name it. And we're two twin boys, so we fought all the time. And so we were each other's practice, workout partners, training partners at home. We both like fitness. We like it all. Bodybuilding, CrossFit. We do it. We've done all of it. We did jiu-jitsu. We did Muay Thai at the Bullet Hole with Craig Buchanan. We did boxing with the Franco boys and Joe and Cobra Kai. We basically learned how to fight like legit. My brother fought a few times. I was getting primed to get ready to fight. I had a couple really close friends that were fighters. That was the route I was going to take, and then I got brain cancer. When I got brain cancer, I would have seizures, and I just couldn't train on the mat. I would feel like crap. I started getting tapped out by people I never got tapped out by. My transition, my timing was off. I was sluggish. I got brain fog. I didn't know what it was. These were my brain tumors, my cancer, and it took me off the mat. And I loved jiu-jitsu. I loved wrestling. I liked grappling. It basically sidelined my brother, and my brother was a brute. So he would go to work. He had a GS-13 job at the base, and he would still go and do jiu-jitsu at Cobra Kai or Checkmate, and he would have a seizure right afterwards. He just wouldn't give it up. He loved it so much, but towards the end, he physically could not do jiu-jitsu anymore, and he had to give it up. I gave it up, and then when I found my buddy Art and Hector found RSO for me, Rick Simpson oil, I was able to get back on the mat with the Rick Simpson oil. I trained for a whole year. Last year I was on the mat for the entire year. I was with Joe at Dan Henderson's gym all the way to Victory Fitness here, teaching jiu-jitsu for kids. And that was fun, and I was able to get back on the mat and do what I love. But before I found Rick Simpson oil, RSO, I couldn't roll, I couldn't train. I had to stop doing, I liked CrossFit, I had to stop all of it. And I was active. It's what kept me sane. But now, like I said, I'm back on basically cannabis is the reason why I'm able to roll again. Now I can't roll hard. I still get this tumor back here, still bothers me. But I can roll a little bit. I can drill. That stuff's fun. So if anybody ever came in my house and tried to break in, I'd still be able to defend myself just from the drilling we do. Going back to when I discovered the cancer, I was just got done working out with my buddy Art in Rancho Cucamonga, and I started downing a caramel frap or ice blend from Coffee Bean, and that has a lot of sugar. And I started getting like an ice pick headache. It's right here. It's from this back tumor. And the reason why is we know that sugar feeds cancer, and I just drank it and I started feeling it right away. So I Googled what my symptoms were, and at the very end there was a bullet that said brain tumor, and I knew it was true. I knew it was a brain tumor because my brother was terminally ill from his brain tumor. And so I go and get checked out, and my CT scans show that I had 2. My brother only had 1. I had 2. And man, I thought my life was over right then and there. I thought I was going to be dead. I didn't know what to do. I panicked. So we went to Kaiser and we got the scans done, and they said you have 2 options. Die or do chemotherapy and radiation therapy. To this day, I don't know why they call them therapies, because chemotherapy is mustard gas from World War I. Research it, look it up, do your legwork. It is mustard gas. They don't tell you that. And radiation therapy is not therapy at all. My brother got a secondary tumor from the radiation he did. He did 26 weeks of radiation through his eye to get to the tumor behind it. And another tumor popped up that was a glioblastoma stage 4, even more aggressive and resistant to radiation than the first one, and that's what killed him in 2016. Herniated his brain in the back of his head, and he went into a coma and never woke up. And we asked the doctor if that was from radiation, and the doctor said, oh, we've known for years that radiation causes secondary cancers. The guy who invented radiation was radiating on his arm, experimenting, and he ended up having cancer in his arm and had to have his arm amputated. Now they don't want you to find that out, so you have to look hard for that, but you'll find it. Look up the guy who invented radiation, and you'll see how he died. But they won't tell you on Wikipedia how he died. You gotta search it out. He died of cancer. So if the guy that invented radiation therapy died as a direct, it's not a side effect, it's a direct effect of radiation. My brother died. I just said no chemo, no radiation, and the doctor said, well, you'll be dead in 3 years. And that was when I was, I believe I was 32, 33, and I'm 36 today. Today is my birthday, and I'm trying to make that 5-year mark. I'm going to. The 5-year mark is critical for cancer patients. Where I'm at today with my treatment is I got a few different sources. I found Rick Simpson online, this girl, I think her name was Maria. She owned a cake shop. The other people that are fighting brain cancer, they may have seen her on YouTube. I seen that her brain cancer went into remission after she was on Rick Simpson oil. So immediately did the same thing she did. Since then she has died, and I don't know why it came back. I think it's because she had a cake shop and she was eating all the sugar, and the sugar just fed the cancer and it came back, and then it came back aggressive. Before she had licked it, she licked it with just diet alone and Rick Simpson oil, and beat the odds. She got real thin, but when she did die, she looked like she got a little thicker from the cakes, the cupcakes. I'm not sure if that's the case. Anybody that may be watching this that knows her, if I need correction, please put it in the comments below. But Marie gave me the idea for Rick Simpson oil. I looked him up. I started doing Rick Simpson oil. My brother's file, I opened it up, and he had cancer research in there, and one of them was about cannabis. So I immediately asked my cousin, hey, I've never done cannabis in my life. I was an athlete. I've still never drank a drop of alcohol. Never been on drugs. When I got brain cancer is when I first started cannabis. So I asked my cousin to let's do the bong thing. That was a terrible idea. I hallucinated. I said I had to find another way to get cannabis in my system. So I eat it raw because you can't get high when it's raw. And I homeschool the kids during the day, so I need to be in a normal state, a normal mind. I don't want to have a altered mind. And my Rick Simpson does put me in a good mood and alters my mind a little bit. It's a feel-good high. Eating the leaves raw is an anti-inflammatory. So I eat cannabis raw. I drink it in my water. This is Woke CBD water, and I use this water too because I can't eat fruit that have potassium in them, like bananas. I love bananas, can't have them because it puts sugar in my blood. So I get potassium, B vitamins. I get enzyme Q10. I get it's hemp infused, so I get all the phytocannabinoids in it. B complexes, B1, B2, B6, B12. I have vitamin C, which you guys will see later on when I cook a keto meal. I always use vitamin C. I take CBD and THC. THC at night, CBD during the day. As much as I can, I try to get cannabis in my system. It's a natural anti-inflammatory, so I eat it, I drink it, I put the RSO in a capsule and I swallow it. I have a vape of THC. I vape that when I have a bad headache. As much as I can get in my system. Like if I were to take a drug test for people like the government, I would fail because I have cannabis in my system. Big time. But before I started taking cannabis, I thought it was a drug because I grew up in the late 80s, early 90s, and you know, it was don't do drugs, kids, marijuana's a drug, Mary Jane's a drug. But I shifted my paradigm when I seen my brother's research because I know his thought process. He's not a drug person either. He was really clean. He had a few beers here and there, but when I seen it in his research, I knew he was onto something, so I followed up on it. I called some of the numbers that were there, and I found a shop down the hill. I go to get all my cannabis stuff from. I get all my water from Woke CBD. I get a lot of products from Woke CBD in Riverside. I get edibles. I have to get edibles with no sugar. I get water. I get ointment sometimes. Any way I can get cannabis, I do. But the main things for me is 3 things. I drink the water. I put CBD in with my with my RSO, and I swallow that pill about 2 hours before I go to bed, and then I eat cannabis raw, and then I have a vape. And I don't try to vape as much because I don't want popcorn lungs, but it's there in case, like, anytime I go down the hill or I go up into Big Bear and I'm changing altitudes drastically, my head does have problems and I get pressure in my head, so I'll take my vape and I'll vape the THC. I get 85%, 90% THC, and I just smoke it, and when the vape goes away, that's how quick my headache goes away. It goes away that quick. And people with brain cancer will know you get lots of debilitating headaches. You learn to live with them, so your pain tolerance, it gets pushed farther. But the average person wouldn't be able to handle these headaches, and THC just works. I get a head high for 3 minutes and it's gone, and then my pain's gone, and I can focus on what I need to do. Now, other people might want to call that a drug in other states, but to me, that's a cure. Not a cure. Well, I don't want to call it a snake oil cure-all for everything, but man, God knew what He was doing when He put this plant on the planet. And I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna keep using it. The stigma is coming down. I hope it does continue to come down. This stuff is, like I said, it's not snake oil. It won't cure everything. But man, if you catch cancer quick enough and you get checked out, you're going to have a good chance just beating it with cancer in your diet. Changing your diet and just being positive. You cannot be negative. I thought my world was an end, but now I think I got 10 years. I really do. And I have terminal brain cancer. I have stage 3 terminal brain cancer. This one's terminal. This one is in remission, and I believe it's from the RSO.